From simple wooden contraptions to early mechanical marvels, these 12 playthings aren't just relics of the past, they're now worth a small fortune. 1. Teddy bear. Picture this, it's 1902, and President Theodore Roosevelt is on a hunting trip in Mississippi. When he refuses to shoot a small bear, a political cartoonist captures the moment, and suddenly, a toy-making revolution is born. The Teddy's bear quickly transforms from a quirky novelty to a must-have item for children across America. By the 1920s, these cuddly companions were taking on a life of their own. Early teddy bears sported long snouts, beady eyes, and shaggy mohair coats. They were often jointed at the limbs, allowing for more huggable poses. As manufacturing techniques improved, teddy bears became softer and more child-friendly. The teddy bear's rise wasn't just about cute looks, it tapped into a growing focus on childhood innocence and play. Soon, these furry friends were starring in books, appearing in ads, and comforting children in ways no other toy could. The teddy bear had become more than a plaything. It was now a symbol of childhood itself. 2. Yo-yo. From ancient Greece to the streets of 1920s America, the yo-yo's journey is a tale of gravity-defying wonder. Picture this. Kids huddled on street corners, eyes fixed on a spinning disc that seems to defy physics. What's got them so mesmerized? The yo-yo, believe it or not, has roots older than the Parthenon. But it took a Filipino immigrant named Pedro Flores to turn this ancient toy into America's latest craze. Partnering with D.F. Duncan Sr., Flores ramped up production to a mind-boggling 300,000 yo-yos a day. At just 5 cents each, these pocket-sized wonders were suddenly accessible to kids everywhere. But it wasn't just about having one. It was about mastering it. Walk the dog, around the world, and the sleeper became playground lingo as children, and more than a few adults, competed to show off their skills. Newspaper tycoon William Randolph Hearst took notice, helping to spread yo-yo fever across the nation. Soon, yo-yo competitions were drawing crowds and making headlines. These events weren't just games, they were spectacles that brought communities together, showcasing the simple joy of a toy that could dance on a string. 3. Erector set, 1913. Imagine a child's eyes widening as they open a mysterious box filled with shiny metal pieces. What could these bits and beams possibly become? The answer: anything their young minds could dream up. This was the magic of the Erector set, a toy that transformed playtime into an engineering adventure. It all started with a train ride. In 1911, A.C. Gilbert was watching workers position steel beams for electrical lines. This simple observation sparked an idea that would inspire generations of young builders. Soon, children across America were constructing miniature marvels in their living rooms. The Erector set wasn't just about fun, it was a clever way to sneak learning into playtime. Kids could build everything from simple cars to complex Ferris wheels, all while picking up real engineering concepts. Schools even started using these sets to teach students about mechanics and problem solving. As children pieced together tiny skyscrapers and bridges, many were laying the foundation for future careers. The Erector set didn't just build toys, it built dreams, inspiring countless kids to become the engineers and architects who would shape our world. 4. Flapper dolls. You might think dolls are just harmless playthings, but in the 1920s, a new type of doll became a battleground for America's changing values. How could a toy spark such heated debate? The secret was in the hem length. Picture a young girl tearing open a gift box, her eyes widening at the sight of a doll unlike any she's seen before. Short, bobbed hair, rouge on the cheeks, and gasp, a dress that barely reaches the knees. This wasn't your grandmother's china. This was a flapper doll, and it was about to shake up playtime. These miniature trendsetters weren't just toys. They were tiny revolutionaries. With their cloche hats, beaded necklaces, and feather boas, flapper dolls brought the Roaring Twenties right into America's living rooms. Some parents were thrilled to see dolls that reflected modern women, while others fretted about the message these fashion-forward figures sent to impressionable young girls. 5. Jigsaw puzzles. During the Roaring Twenties, one unexpected item became a silent rebellion against the fast-paced world outside. How did a deceptively simple tabletop activity manage to captivate millions and weather even the harshest economic storm? Picture this. A family huddles around the dining table, faces scrunched in concentration. Mom's holding an oddly shaped piece, while Dad and the kids scan the table for its match. It's not just any ordinary evening. It's Puzzle, a 1920s tradition that brought families together like never before. But here's the kicker. When the Great Depression hit, puzzle popularity didn't just survive, it thrived. As money got tight, these affordable boxes of cardboard became a go-to source of entertainment. Families who couldn't afford movies or nights out found hours of enjoyment in a single puzzle. The designs weren't just random pictures either. Puzzle makers got clever, capturing the spirit of the Roaring Twenties in every box. You might find yourself piecing together the Statue of Liberty one week, then tackling the Eiffel Tower the next. Current events, popular landmarks, and even artwork by famous illustrators like Maxfield Parrish all found their way onto puzzle boards. 6. Wind-up toys. What if I told you that a simple spring and gear mechanism revolutionized the toy industry in the 1920s? Wind-up toys weren't just playthings, they were gateways to understanding complex mechanics. How did these pocket-sized wonders spark a generation's curiosity? Imagine a child's face lighting up as they turn a small key on a colorful tin toy. Suddenly, a monkey starts to somersault, a robot walks with stiff, determined steps, or a bird flaps its wings. These wind-up toys brought a touch of magic to playtime, making static figures come alive with the twist of a wrist. The Marx wind-up toy became a household name, offering affordable mechanical marvels to kids from all walks of life. These toys weren't just about fun, they were miniature lessons in engineering. Inside each one, a coiled spring would slowly unwind, turning gears that created lifelike movements. Children couldn't get enough of these tin and pressed steel creations. Bright lithographed designs made each toy a visual treat, while the mechanisms inside sparked curiosity about how things worked. Many kids who spent hours playing with wind-up toys grew up to pursue careers in engineering and mechanics, proving that sometimes the simplest toys can have the biggest impact. 7. Penny arcade games. The jingling of coins and excited shouts of children beckon us to a magical place where a penny could buy a world of wonder. But what made these noisy, colorful spaces so irresistible to kids and adults alike in the 1920s? Step into the penny arcade, where dreams came alive for just a cent. Imagine walking into a room filled with flashing lights and whirring gears. The air buzzes with excitement as people crowd around machines promising fortune, strength, and adventure. These weren't just games. They were miniature carnivals that brought the thrill of the midway right to your neighborhood. Remember skee-ball? This classic game, where you roll balls up a ramp to score points, got its start in the penny arcades of the 1920s. And let's not forget about the mysterious fortune teller machines with their eerie mechanical movements predicting your future for just a penny. 8. Radio sets. Early. From penny arcades to living rooms, entertainment was about to take a quantum leap. Picture this. A device that could fit on a table, yet bring the entire world into your home. How did this magical box capture the hearts and minds of 1920s families? Imagine the whole family gathered around a large wooden cabinet, their faces illuminated by the soft glow of dials. As static gives way to clear voices, eyes widen in wonder. This wasn't just a new toy. It was a window to the world outside their four walls. Early radio sets were hefty investments, often costing $50 or more, but families saw them as more than just gadgets. These were portals to adventure, education, and shared experiences. Kids would rush home from school to catch Little Orphan Annie or The Adventures of Superman, while parents tuned in to news and music. Radio didn't just entertain, it sparked imaginations. Children would act out their favorite stories, turning living rooms into the Wild West or distant planets. Studies showed that radio play boosted creativity and social skills as kids worked together to bring broadcasts to life. But perhaps the most profound change came in how families spent their evenings. Instead of separate activities, radio created a shared experience. Everyone would gather to listen, laugh, and discuss what they'd heard. It was a new kind of family time, centered around a box that spoke with 1,000 voices. Jack in the Box. From radio waves to coiled springs, we're about to unbox a classic that's been keeping kids on the edge of their seats for decades. Ever wonder why a simple surprise in a box became such a lasting phenomenon? The psychology behind this toy's appeal might surprise you even more than the toy itself. Picture a child slowly turning a colorful crank, a tinkling melody filling the air. Suddenly, pop! A clown springs up, eliciting squeals of laughter. This is the magic of the Jack-in-the-Box, a toy that's been startling and delighting kids since long before the 1920s. But why does this simple mechanism hold such appeal? It turns out that moment of surprise is key to the toy's success. The anticipation builds as the music plays, creating a perfect recipe for joy when the character finally appears. In the 1920s, those characters often reflected the era's love affair with the circus. Clowns were especially popular, their bright colors and goofy expressions adding to the fun. But the Jack-in-the-Box wasn't just about laughs. It actually helped little ones learn about cause and effect. Every time they turned that crank, they were discovering how their actions could create a predictable, if still exciting, result. Pretty clever for a toy that fits in a box, right? 10. Rubber balls. From street corners to backyards, a simple sphere was about to change playtime forever. Imagine kids huddled together, inventing new games with nothing more than a bouncy ball and their imagination. What made this toy so special? The secret was in the rubber. Thanks to advancements in manufacturing, rubber balls became cheaper and more durable than ever before. Suddenly, every kid on the block could afford their very own bouncy companion. And boy, did they put them to good use. New games popped up everywhere. Kick the Can had kids racing through neighborhoods, while Four Square turned sidewalks into competitive arenas. Even classic games like Catch got a boost from these improved balls. But it wasn't just about fun and games. Rubber balls got kids moving, jumping, and running at a time when outdoor play was seen as essential for growing bodies and minds. Plus, all that bouncing around helped children develop better coordination and motor skills. 11. Dollhouses. While rubber balls brought children together outdoors, another toy was opening up entire worlds indoors. What if you could shrink down and step into a perfect miniature home? Dollhouses weren't just playthings, they were windows into the hopes, dreams, and social norms of the 1920s. Imagine a child's face pressed against an ornate dollhouse, eyes sparkling as they take in every tiny detail. These weren't just toys. They were works of art. Skilled craftsmen fashioned miniature, colonial, and Victorian-style homes from wood, complete with hand-painted furniture and accessories. Some even boasted modern conveniences like electric lights and running water, reflecting the technological advancements of the era. But dollhouses did more than just look pretty. They became powerful tools for learning and self-expression. Children would act out family scenes, mimicking the roles they saw in their own homes. Through this play, they absorbed ideas about household management and social expectations. At the same time, dollhouses allowed kids to experiment with different scenarios, helping them process their experiences and understand relationships in a safe, imaginative space. 12. Mickey Mouse dolls. Late 1920s. From the silent screen to children's arms, a new star was about to change playtime forever. What if a simple black-and-white cartoon character could revolutionize the entire toy industry? In 1928, a whistling mouse set sail on a journey that would redefine childhood for generations to come. It all started with Steamboat Willie, the animated short that introduced Mickey Mouse to the world. Kids were instantly captivated by this plucky little character, and it wasn't long before they wanted to bring Mickey home. In 1930, just 2 years after Mickey's debut, the first official Mickey Mouse doll hit the shelves. These early Mickey dolls were something special. With their large round ears, red outfits, and white gloves, they captured the essence of Walt Disney's creation. But here's the thing. Mickey was so popular that toy makers couldn't keep up. Moms across America started sewing their own versions at home, turning Mickey into a true DIY phenomenon.